Hello everyone, this is Cliff. Welcome back to our Let's Play of Dark Souls 2. Now we just did the very quick area of Doors of Pharros, and now we're going to take on the boss. Now at this point, I had originally intended to probably use this Black Knight Halberd, but I think what I'm going to do is actually scale back and use my bow to try to start the fight. The biggest problem with this fight is that the smaller enemies, and I did a little test run of this, but these smaller enemies, it takes very little time for them to actually toxic you, which can be pretty much deadly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out and see if I can start this fight a little different than I did on my test run. And so far it's not working out. Now, what we want to do, now that we've beaten the little ones, is to kind of get right up under this rat. This is very similar to the Sif strategy if you played Dark Souls 1. Oh shit. So as you can see, you're not going to see a whole lot from this fight, but this is probably the easiest way to do it, is to just sit here right next to the boss, or right underneath the boss. Roll out of the way when you think you could get hit, like now. And this isn't too bad once you've kind of figured this out. But now, before you figure all this out, he can be kind of a pain in the ass to beat. And what I've done now is screwed myself over a little bit. Oh, goody. He screwed himself over a lot of bit. That's going to eventually probably reach me, but I should be able to get away, yeah. Alright, so we're going to unlock and come right back up under him. 1, 2, 3... And so that is the fairly easy Royal Rat Authority boss fight. You will get a rat tail, which you can use if you're in the Rat King Covenant, and you'll get that soul item. Okay, so that was fairly simple. So what we're going to do is head right back out this way. Well, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. I am going to go spend my souls, and then I'll take you from there. So give me 1 second. I'll put a little cut here, and I'll be back once I've done some of the grunt work and spent some of these souls. Okay, so we are back, and we're gonna head towards this other door that we opened up right here. And again, this is the same area I showed you before. Now this is actually the Rat King. And the first time I come through this area, I wailed on him because I just thought he was another enemy. So this is back at the very beginning. So I think at this point you can no longer be invaded. So that's Gavlin. Everybody recognizes him. So what we're going to do is we're going to head up this stairway here. And the Doors of Pharros is kind of a completely optional area, but let's see. Before we get to him, I will show you. What did I get? I got a spell from the soul of the boss. I got this toxic, what is it? Acid Surge. And I was able to get a couple of levels. Now you gotta watch this guy because he will throw his weapon at you, like so. Throw another one. Like so. But now once he does that, he's pretty screwed. So what we're going to do is we're going to spook our crystal lizard, and so I'll have to come back and do that off camera. But that is the crystal lizard for this area. You've got an area right off here. Now this guy is actually a little bit harder usually to sneak up on. He does have a few more hit points than... Alright, there's nothing there. next up, we've got this gentleman way across here. And I thought that was going to happen. I do not like fighting on a narrow ledge, so I will actually back off a little bit and let him do his thing. There we go. Let's drink up a little bit. Okay, so what I'll do is there's a bonfire up ahead, and I'll come back through here and kill the crystal lizard from this direction. So we're just going to walk up this very narrow stairway. And we will get to a cathedral-like area right here. And we will grab this item. There's absolutely nothing in these pots, as you can see. And we're at Brightstone Cove Tseldora. Okay, so one thing about this area, this encampment has some pretty kind of stock-looking enemies, but they are wielding they are wielding dark weapons. So you may just want to be careful. They tend to do a little bit more damage than the typical enemies that look like this would do. Just gonna let him swing, and we're just gonna get this guy from behind like that. And one more should do him. There we go. Alright, so let's see here. We've got this guy right here that you can pretty easily sneak up on. And we're going to get all of these. There's a bunch of soul items. There. Now we've got this right here. So we're going to tear down, and that will drop this item. Some lacerating arrows, which are pretty cool. Now, those enemies over there are kind of larger cousins to the enemies near the mansion in Majula. If you walk in here, you actually have the bonfire. And what I'm going to do before I cut this video is I'm going to actually run through this kind of upper area and get all of the items, because it's been 2 fairly short videos in a row. So again, fight these guys one at a time, no big deal. These guys are a lot easier to fight because you can actually hit these guys. Although dark weapons don't seem to do as much damage, so I may need to switch that out. We're gonna bust up these two to get this item. I don't think there's anything up here. Yeah, there's a bad guy. So we'll wait for him to fall, and then that will be him. Now we're gonna go over to this well. Like so. Ah, yeah, it's gonna happen. Oh well. We'll run through here, climb up these steps, and grab this treasure chest. That's 5 human effigies. Bust up those boxes, barrels. So drop you back out here. Grab the item here. Alright, so that's almost, I think that's most of the items in this town area here. Yeah, I don't see anything hanging out up top there. So what we're going to do is we're going to run over here. We've got a couple more items, and then I'll cut the video. Both of them involve these boulders. Now that item right there is trapped, so you want to run past it and hit this ladder. Alright, and when he sets the trap off, he kills himself. So what I want to do right now is actually equip my long weapon and just to be careful. You get a soul item right there, and what you'll do is you can drop down here and grab Soul of a Nameless Soldier. And I just aggroed all of those enemies and I didn't want to. But just be careful with these guys. I'm well over encumbered to be trying to roll around everybody. And again, most torch-wielding enemies will give you torches as items. There we go. So, basically what we're going to do is this. I'm going to head back to our bonfire and call this a video. And basically what we're going to do is end up, if you see that path, we're basically going to be up under this mountain. Or I guess inside this mountain. But if you're an arachnophobe, then this next set of videos is not for you. I am myself, and this was kind of creepy when I first played it. But now that you know, or now that I know where all of the spiders and all that fun stuff is, it's not so bad. So that's been this area. And what we'll do is we'll cut it here. And off camera, real quick, I will go run kill that crystal lizard. And then we will be on to Brightstone Cove Tseldora. 2 bosses in this area. The first one is a complete and utter joke, and the second one is mildly to very annoying. But we'll get to that later. Until next time, this has been Cliff. I hope everybody takes care. I will see you later. Bye-bye.